Did you know that Malaysia is currently ranked 58th most polluted country? Our health is deteriorating as it's being contaminated by the poor air quality we intake. 1 out of 9 deaths in Malaysia is related to air pollution. How does this happen? Carbon emission, toxic gases, forest fires, sandstorms, acid rain, all these lead to the collapse of our Mother Nature. In Malaysia, research confirmed that our air quality has worsened. Even during the lockdown period, our air quality was not in good status. However, we also always neglect another hidden killer, and that is indoor pollution. According to research, indoor air quality is 2 to 5 times worse than outdoor air quality. And do you know what causes indoor pollution? The air from the outdoors will flow into your house. Smoking, cooking, and your pet odors. But now you have a chance to change it. Change now. Start small. Start from home. Atmosphere Mini. Take care of your health at home while you work towards a better, livable earth. Time and health. Wait for nobody.
Oh my god, guys, you guys are not going to believe this. Outside the air pollution is terrible. What? You can't hear me? I mean, talking out loud, you know? Oh, alright. Oh, okay, I'll get it. Alright. Oh, I feel much better right now. Wait a minute. I'm gonna tell you, you guys are not going to believe this. I didn't know that 1 out of 9 deaths in Malaysia is related to air pollution. That's a scary number, right? All this while I thought we are staying at home, we are safe from air pollutions. As long as we are at home, look at we are right now. Staying at home also cannot, staying outside also cannot. Wait a minute. What should I do now? Oh, alright. That's a phone.
最新消息 My doctor friend say the onion can purify the bad air. Fast go try. Fast go try.
Oh, onion, yes! Onion, 白葱, bawang. I have some at home. Okay. Onion. It doesn't work. Wait a minute. How can I forget? Ahok told me before. This will definitely work. Hot water. Onion doesn't work. Hot water also doesn't work. Will I become one of the 9% in Malaysia? I don't want. All this home remedy, they ain't gonna work. And I shouldn't trust all these fake WhatsApp messengers from Aping, Ahok, Asiang, whoever they is. They are not the expert. Huh? Hiyo, mama. I have a good friend, my trustworthy friend, and I always call him when I needed help. Dr. Wong. Wait a minute. Do you know who is Dr. Wong? Well, Dr. Wong Chi Kwan is specialized in internal medicine and respiratory medicine. He is currently a medical doctor in UM Specialist Center and the head of unit division of respiratory medicine at University of Malaya. He's a very nice guy. Let me give him a call now.
Hey bro, what's up?
Hello there, Dr. Wong. How are you doing? I am worried about how air pollution can impact our health. Do you think that you can enlighten me?
Sure, let me explain the whole situation. What is exactly air pollution? It is defined as the presence of substance in the air which has harmful or poisonous effects to our human body. How common is air pollution? 9 out of 10 people worldwide breathe polluted air. The World Health Organization, or WHO, estimated around 7 million people die each year from exposures to the polluted air, which contains fine particles that can penetrate deep into our lungs and causes lung diseases such as lung cancer, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease or COPD, and respiratory infections such as pneumonia. Not only that, but it also penetrates our cardiovascular system and causes diseases such as stroke and coronary artery disease. Therefore, WHO is urging all the countries to improve the air quality to a safe level and to reduce the air pollution to as much as possible. Air pollution is a major issue in Asia. The air quality index is unhealthy in this region. This is mainly contributed by pollutants from dust storms, grassland fires, gas emissions from cars, power plants, and various industrial plants. Is it true that air pollution kills? A group of researchers in US did a study looking at associations between air pollution and deaths in 6 cities. Around 8,000 subjects were followed up for more than a decade, and the mean pollution levels of each city were measured. Interestingly, they found that there were 26% increased risk of dying from lung cancers and diseases associated with the heart and lungs in the higher polluted cities as compared to less polluted cities. So what are the compounds that are found in the polluted air that are harmful to our body? In the polluted air, we can find particulate matters in various sizes. The larger ones, such as dust, are usually trapped by our lungs' defense mechanism. But the smaller and finer particles can be inhaled deep into our lungs and eventually causes harmful effects to our respiratory and cardiovascular system. Chemicals from industrial plants, fumes from wood or charcoal burning, tobacco smoke, and pathogens such as bacteria and viruses are some of the important pollutants that circulate in the air which are harmful to our body. The main functions of our lungs is to take part in the gas exchange, meaning inhaling oxygen-rich air and exhaling out carbon dioxide, which is the byproduct from our body metabolism. The other important functions of the lungs is to serve as a filter and a major defense mechanism against particles and pathogens. Our lungs are constantly exposed to the external environment, and if the air quality is poor, the lungs will have to work even harder to keep our bodies safe from harmful pollutants. This will eventually cause diseases of the respiratory system. What are the harmful effects to our body if we constantly breathe in polluted air? It can trigger allergic reactions. The body sees the pollutant as an allergen and triggers a cascade of allergic response that leads to respiratory diseases. It can increase airway inflammation as constant exposures to pollutants such as tobacco smoke, which will increase productions of glands in the airways, which increases productions of phlegm. It poses the body high risk of respiratory infection, and some of the infection can be deadly. The pollutants are carcinogenic. It changes the structures and DNA of the airways and lungs that leads to cancer. Not only that, but the air pollution also increases oxidative stress in the body and causes systemic inflammations, which can be damaging to our organs. The pollutants can affect our delicate airways, especially those with underlying history of allergies. Not only that, but it can also cause allergic inflammations in the lungs. We call that a hypersensitivity pneumonitis or alveolitis. Diseases such as allergic rhinitis and nasal polyps are some of the allergic conditions of the upper airway. Nose allergy or allergic rhinitis is a common condition that can be very troubling to the patient. It causes symptoms such as runny and congested nose, sneezing, itchy eyes, and occasionally fever, which sometimes we call it as hay fever. In the United States, one of the studies shows that allergic rhinitis results in loss of productivity, which was as high as 3.5 million losses of work days and 2 million losses of school days each year. Individuals with allergic rhinitis spend 2 times more money in their treatment, as well as 2 times more likelihood to visit their doctors as compared to those without allergic rhinitis. Asthma is another allergic condition that affects the lower airways. It can affect both large and small airways. In Malaysia, 6 out of 100 people have asthma, and 94% of these patients could not achieve well-controlled asthma. However, this condition is reversible with proper treatment and avoidance of exposure to allergens. Multiple allergens have been identified to worsen or trigger an asthma attack. The common indoor allergens would be dust mites, pet dander, mold, cockroaches, viruses, bacteria, and fungi. As you can see in this slide, the airway of the asthmatic is much narrower than the normal person. The inner layer of the airway, which we call the endothelium, can be inflamed after triggered by allergens and pollutants. This will further narrow the airways and produce the asthmatic attack, which can be life-threatening. The pollutants will increase local and systemic inflammations in our body. The systemic inflammations will lead to increased oxidative stress and inflammation in the blood vessels, followed by atherosclerosis, which increases the risk of stroke and heart attack. In the upper airway, it causes recurrent sinus infections, leading to chronic rhinosinusitis, which will lead to yellowish to greenish nasal discharges, loss of smell, and facial pain. In serious conditions, the patients may need an endoscopic surgery to relieve their symptoms. Long-term exposure to air pollutants can increase the inflammations in the lower airways too. The airways are constantly trying to clear up the pollutants by producing more mucus or phlegm, eventually leading to a condition called chronic bronchitis. If left untreated and continue to expose to bad air quality or smoking, a person can progress to a severe irreversible condition called chronic obstructive pulmonary disease or COPD. Patients with COPD present with constant breathlessness, especially while walking or doing exercise. Their airways are narrow, and this leads to air trapping in the lung. Their lung function tests will show an irreversible airway obstruction. They are at higher risk of getting admitted to the hospital for lung attack due to mild infection. The lung attack can be life-threatening, as it is found that COPD is the top 3 causes of death worldwide, killing 3.2 million people in a year. Chemical compounds, particulate matter, sulfur dioxide, ozone, tobacco smoke, and gas emissions from vehicles and industrial plants are carcinogenic. Repeated exposure of these compounds to the lung tissue will destroy and damage our body DNA and subsequently progress to development of lung cancer. Lung cancer is the most common cause of cancer death, killing 1.76 million people in a year. Majority of inhalation lung cancer patients presented at late stage of disease, with poor survival rate despite of treatment. The patients usually present with symptoms of prolonged duration of cough, coughing out blood, loss of weight, loss of appetite, breathlessness, and even facial swelling or neck swelling due to tumor compressions to large blood vessels. Treatment for lung cancer is complicated, ranging from medical, surgical, and radiotherapy, and can be extremely costly. Respiratory infections is an emerging problem, especially in current COVID-19 pandemic. The common respiratory infections can be due to bacteria, virus, and fungi. Streptococcus pneumonia and Haemophilus influenza are some of the common bacteria causes pneumonia, and Mycobacterium tuberculosis is an airborne infectious agent that causes TB. Common respiratory viruses would be influenza A, which is in the H1N1 serotype, influenza B, respiratory syncytial virus, and SARS-CoV-2 coronavirus, which currently causes the severe and life-threatening COVID-19 pneumonia. There are increasing evidence that COVID-19 pneumonia not only transmitted through droplets, but also transmitted through airborne. Other less common infectious agents would be fungi such as Aspergillus that can cause fungal ball in the lung. How can we prevent all these harmful effects of polluted air? First, you must maintain a healthy lung by consuming plenty of water, as this will make sure the lungs are able to produce enough mucus to clear off the pollutants from our lungs. Avoid activities that can harm our airways and lungs by not smoking or using e-cigarettes or vaping products. If you have underlying asthma or allergic rhinitis, follow your doctor's advice by using the preventer inhalers to maintain healthy airways. If you are a smoker, stop indoor smoking, as this can cause substantial indoor air pollution, which can be bad for the others who are staying under the same roof with you. Maintain a good indoor ventilation by opening windows, as a well-ventilated room clears off allergens and infectious agents effectively. Not only that, adequate sunlight or UV lights can kill off any germs too. If the room do not have a good ventilation or is an enclosed environment, I suggest getting a reliable HEPA filter or high-efficiency particulate air filters that can filter particles as small as 0.3 micron. And last but not least, regular cleaning of your indoor environment will help to reduce the indoor air pollutants. I hope I have addressed all your questions. Take care, bro!
Thanks, bro. That's a fruitful info, and you stay safe at home, all right? Wow, now we know that how air pollution can damage our health. How can we protect our family? I remember that's a TV program that talks about a solution for preventing air pollution. Let me see. Oh.
Join our Why You Live Atmosphere Mini contest to win Atmosphere Mini Vouchers worth 200 ringgit if you are in Malaysia and 70 Sing dollar if you are in Singapore. All you have to do is easy. First, share this live event on Facebook. Then, tag 3 friends and write a comment that starts with I love Atmosphere Mini because 5 winners from Malaysia and 3 winners from Singapore with the most creative comments will be selected. Remember, to qualify in this contest, you must do all the followings. Be a sharer, tag 3 friends, and write a comment that starts with I love Atmosphere Mini because... Hurry! Join the contest now! With terms and conditions apply.
Hello, Malaysia. My name is Bill Luke, and I'm the Director of Durables R&D. I'm sorry that I can't be there with you today in person to talk about air purifiers. But through the power of the technology we have today, we can still convey some information about our products so that you're better prepared to answer questions. So I know that very often we get a number of different questions about air purifiers, and some of the most common questions that we wanted to answer are all air purifiers built the same? And what's the difference between those that are lower in price range versus the ones that are more premium priced? And of course, there are differences in air purifiers that are offered at different prices. Some of those differences are less important, while some are significantly more important. First, we noticed sometimes that air purifiers invest more cost in the aesthetics of their devices. They include multicolor display screens and special treatments for the body of the product. And while those may look very appealing and very premium, they do little to improve the quality of the air you breathe. We also note that some air filters use lower quality components, making them less reliable and with a lower sound quality, so customers don't like to put them at high speeds. And lastly, there is a critical difference in the particles and chemical contaminants that they remove. Some invest only enough in the material to meet a HEPA claim or worse. And while HEPA is a good starting point for performance, scientists are realizing more and more that filtering out larger pollutants is not enough. You see, the smaller particles, those smaller than tested by the HEPA standard, are small enough to pass through the body's natural defenses and pass directly through the lungs and into the bloodstream. These smaller particles are the most dangerous. Atmosphere is the world's #1 selling air purifier, and for good reason. We have chosen to invest in performance-based technologies that improve the quality of the air you breathe and allow you to use the device in a way that doesn't disrupt your lifestyle. Its particulate filter can effectively remove 99.99% of particles as small as 0.0024 microns as they pass through the unit. That's about 30,000 times smaller than the thickness of a single human hair. We know you enjoy a better quality of life when you breathe better quality air. Now, what makes the Atmosphere Mini by Amway unique? Atmosphere Mini is an economic combination of performance and size to meet the needs of a broader group of customers. We've been very intentional about investing in particulate removal performance that is equal to the more premium Sky unit, but reduce the size of the device to work effectively in smaller rooms. Atmosphere's Mini's particulate filter can effectively remove 99.99% of particles and reduce over 300 chemical contaminants from the air that pass through the unit. Mini has a clean air delivery rate, or CADR, of more than 130 cubic feet per minute, which is powerful enough to clean rooms up to 200 square feet in size with 100% efficiency. CADR is a technical evaluation of the cleaning power of a unit and provides a rating based on the volume of air in cubic feet per minute that is cleaned by an air purifier. This means that Mini can clean an average studio apartment's air completely within about 3 minutes. Now, you also might be wondering, why is it so important to have a multi-layer filter in a good quality air purifier? And what makes Mini so user-friendly? Atmosphere Mini comes with a 3-in-1 filter. The first filtration step is a pre-filter, which removes really large particles of dust, hair, and pet dander, so that the next stage of particulate filtration does not get coated. The second stage is the particulate filter, or what we call the HEPA filter, which removes airborne particulate contaminants. And if you only focus on buying an air purifier with HEPA, you might miss the third stage, which is the chemical contaminant removal. Airborne chemicals, often called VOCs or volatile organic chemicals, are too small to be captured by a particulate filter and require an additional activated carbon stage to provide chemical removal as well. Amway has set the standard for home air quality with our IntelliFlow system, which is Amway's unique internal air circulation system. IntelliFlow combines this three-stage filtration system, a particle sensor, and a unique motor and housing to deliver cleaner air. But with Mini, we focused even more on making the device simple and easy to use. So rather than 3 separate filters, we've combined them all into a single 3-in-1 filter that makes replacement and maintenance even easier. The Mini system is also designed with touchscreen controls and the ability to connect to your smartphone and Wi-Fi by using built-in wireless connectivity, allowing you to control the unit from your phone. The app allows you to adjust the settings, monitor the status of the filters, and check your room's air quality even when you're not at home. All of these features make it truly user-friendly. So there you have it. Now we know that the Mini is just as powerful and efficient as the Sky, just in a more compact size. And together, both Sky and Mini ensures that you and your loved ones enjoy a quality life as you breathe in quality air.
Wow! Now I know Amway Atmosphere is the world's #1 selling air purifier. I'm truly impressed by the performance of Atmosphere Mini. Although it's small in size, but it is powerful enough with its innovative air treatment technology, such as the 3-in-1 filter that can truly remove viruses and bacteria. Who should I call to get more insights about Atmosphere Mini? Because I'm planning to get one for my family, for my cousins, for my brothers, for my neighbors. Neighbors maybe next time. I know who to call. Dr. Ignatius Augustine, our executive diamond, who is also a medical doctor, motivational and inspiring leader. Now, let me give him a Zoom call. Hi there, Dr. Ignatius. Thanks for answering my call, and I'm eager to learn more about air pollution and the Atmosphere Mini, because I plan to have a unit of the world's #1 air purifier in my home.
Don't mention it, Cody. You made the wisest choice in your life to choose Amway. And now let me share about Atmosphere Mini, our exciting new product. Okay, let me start. Some years ago when I was in Hokkaido, Japan, I visited this place called Mount Akan. And I remember this photograph that I captured there. The sky was so blue, the air was so fresh and crisp. However, after my holiday in Hokkaido, when I came back, reality hit me. There was haze in the city, and I realized that, like most of you, we all live in a large city, and we are subject to environmental pollution. And I always tell people, today, most diseases that you see are caused by poor nutrition and environmental toxins. If you really want to live long, you must take care of 2 filters in your body. And these 2 filters are your lung and your kidneys. If these 2 filters somehow clogs up and close shop, you will not be alive. So it's very, very important to maintain the health of these 2 filters. Today I'll just focus on the lungs. And some people ask me, does environmental pollution really cause disease? Let's look at some medical statistics. This is the cause of death worldwide in 2017. And you see the #1 cause of death is due to cardiovascular disease, which contributes to 31.8% of all deaths. Number 2 are cancers, 17.08%. And the third, and still a large contributor, is respiratory diseases at 11.57%. How about statistics in Malaysia? If you look at the statistics published for 2017, you see the #1 cause of death, 13.2% is due to heart disease. But number 2 at 12.5% is pneumonia. That means diseases related to the lung, or like lung infection and so forth. And interestingly, the principal cause of death in men was ischemic heart disease or heart disease. Okay? But in women, pneumonia, lung-related diseases, was the principal cause of death in females. I always wondered why in females lung disease was #1. Probably a large number of women, they spend time in the kitchen cooking, they're exposed to fumes. So this could actually cause over a period of time damage to the lung, and this can in later years subject them to lung diseases. So that is my hypothesis. And if you look at children, infant death below age 1, 3.9% is due to pneumonia. And you look at toddler death between age 1 to 4 years, 12.4% is due to pneumonia. That means lung-related disorders. So what I want you to understand is, diseases of the lung is a significant cause of death and morbidity or disease. Okay? I tell people, in most homes that you go, air conditioning is part of life. You have your air conditioner in your bedroom, in your study, in your office. I mean, you can't work without air conditioner. But I tell people, the air conditioner does not change the quality of the air. Basically, it just reduces the temperature and humidity, and it makes you feel a bit more comfortable. But in no way does it actually change the quality of your air. So I tell people, today, indoor air purifiers are a necessity because air pollution is a big problem today. So who are the people that you can think of helping with our Atmosphere Mini and also our Atmosphere Sky? So I think the people most at risk will be young children. I already showed you the statistics for toddler deaths and even infants where lung-related diseases does affect them. Any of your friends and family who are expecting a baby, so they will also be at risk because if anything happens to the mom, the child will be affected. People with eczema, people with allergies, elderly people, they are more prone to lung diseases. Okay, their immune systems is weaker, they can get pneumonia easily. People with chronic lung disease, say smokers, they have a medical condition called chronic obstructive airway disease. So these people already have a pre-existing lung disease and they have a higher chance of getting pneumonia and lung issues. People who are asthmatic. So one of the ways is you can actually think about people who are most at risk. And one of the things we have to do is we have to educate people how to choose their air purifiers intelligently. I mean, there's a lot of choice out there. There's a lot of price range. And I tell people, Atmosphere does not compete on price. Atmosphere competes on quality. Do not argue with someone about the price. Explain to them our quality. So how do you choose an air purifier intelligently? So I'm going to share with you some key selling points for Atmosphere Mini. And these points will help you educate people and help people make the right choice in choosing the air purifier to protect their family. Point number 1, Atmosphere Mini is a better than HEPA air purifier. Everybody talks about HEPA filter, but I want to explain to you there is a difference between HEPA and better than HEPA. You see, according to the United States Environmental Protection Agency, a HEPA filter has a 99.97% efficiency for the removal of 0.3 micron diameter or larger particulate matter. That means any particulate matter 0.3 micron or micrometer, which is a millionth of a meter, it has a 99.97% efficiency. Anything better than that is called a HEPA filter. So let's look at different particulate matter which are of interest. Okay, so this is the atom on the left side here, which is 0.1 nanometer. Okay, then you got protein, lipids, poliovirus, smallpox virus, flu virus. So this red dotted line here is the limit of a HEPA filter. Okay, because HEPA filter is 99.97% efficiency, okay, at 0.3 micrometer. So let's say this is 0.3 micron, okay. So anything that is to the right will be stopped by the HEPA filter. But if you look at the particles on the left, the flu virus can get through the HEPA filter because it is much smaller than the limit of the HEPA filter. So if you really want to filter the flu virus, the smallpox virus, polio virus, or other virus, coronavirus, or any viruses, you must actually have a better than HEPA filter. So like here, if you look at viruses, okay, even if you take, for example, the COVID-19 virus, it is about 0.125 micron, whereas the HEPA filter is 0.3 microns, okay. So now in this slide, I want to illustrate these two grids here. Let's imagine the grid on the right, which is the better than HEPA filter, and the grid on the left, which is the HEPA filter. So the HEPA filter has the limit is 0.3 microns. So if it's 0.3 microns, it will actually let a lot of viruses to pass through it. But if a better than HEPA filter, let's say at 0.0024, like the Atmosphere Mini and Atmosphere Sky, you will see viruses being trapped in the mesh. So explain to your customers, okay, that a better than HEPA filter has a better efficiency to protect their family because it will actually trap very, very small particulates and even viruses. Point number 2 is the CADR, the Clean Air Delivery Rate. The Atmosphere Mini provides a clean air delivery rate of 130 cubic feet of clean air every minute. So it can cover a room which is about 200 square feet. Say a room about 20 by 20 feet by 10 feet is about 200 square feet. Okay, so it should be able to cover most rooms. But what is CADR? So how do I explain this? It's very simple. Let's say you have a room that is 5 feet by 5 feet by 5 feet. Sorry, let's say you have a box 5 feet wide, 5 feet in height, and 5 feet in depth. Just imagine a box, okay? Your height will be about, most people will be about 5 feet and over, okay? Just imagine you have a cube. So this cube is the volume of air that will be produced by the atmosphere sky every minute. That means the atmosphere sky will produce a volume of fresh air equivalent to a box that is 5 feet by 5 feet by 5 feet. So, can you imagine that volume of air coming into a room? It is going to clean the room very, very quickly. And point number 3, Atmosphere Mini is certified by the British Allergy Foundation and is also AM certified. Why is the British Allergy Foundation certification very important? Because the British Allergy Foundation seal of approval is given for its ability to reduce or remove allergens and is therefore suitable for use by people with allergies. Today, allergies are very common in a lot of people. So, Atmosphere Mini has the seal of approval. Next is also AM certified. Okay, the CADR certification from the US Association of Home Appliance Manufacturers for the reduction of airborne tobacco, smoke, dust and pollen at air flows volume of 130 cubic feet per minute. And for use in rooms up to 200 square feet. That means Atmosphere Mini has been tested to perform. That is the most important factor here. Point number 4. Okay, these are some numbers for you to remember. You just say Atmosphere Mini removes 99.99% of airborne particulate as small as 0.0024 microns. That means it can remove 99.99% of airborne particulates as small as 0.0024 microns. Okay, not many air purifiers in the market can compare to the performance of the Atmosphere Mini. And point number 5, you have peace of mind. You buy a great piece of hardware and you have a peace of mind of 3 years warranty. That is fantastic. Most products you buy in the marketplace, you have 1 year warranty. You buy a fridge, you buy a washing machine, you have 1 year warranty. Here is a product that you have 3 years warranty. Number 6, a lot of people ask me, how about the power consumption? Atmosphere Mini has a very low power consumption. I've done the calculation. It's very energy saving. Okay, it has 3 speeds. At speed number 1, which is roughly about 8.6 watts, and speed number 2, which is about 18.5 watts, and speed number 3, which is 41.73 watts. So if you operate the Atmosphere Mini for 24 hours, at speed 1, you will be spending 4 cents, 0.04 ringgit, okay? Or if you run it at maximum speed for 24 hours, you'll be spending 22 cents per day. But most people on average will run the Atmosphere Mini for about 8 hours when they're sleeping or when they're working in their office or in the room. So let's say for 8 hours, the cost at the top speed is only 7 cents or 2 ringgit 18 cents per month at top speed for 8 hours. Okay? Or at the lower speed, it's only 1 cent per 8 hours or 45 cents per 30 days period or 1 month period. It's a very, very economical and energy saving product. Point number 7. Today we are all very excited about being able to have smart devices. They call it IoT, Internet of Things. In your home where you can operate them even though you're away from home. And Atmosphere Mini is exactly like that. It has a smartphone app that allows you to check the ambient air, allows you to operate, monitor, even monitor the state of your filters and switch it on and off before you arrive at your office or back home. And you can also do firmware updates easily via a smartphone app that is connected to the Atmosphere Mini. So this speaks about convenience. Point number 8, Atmosphere Mini is as powerful as Atmosphere Sky. It removes 342 plus contaminants that range from bacteria, whole list of bacteria, viruses, fungi, fungal spores, pollens, allergens, chemicals. Whole list. I can't go through the 342 list. You can go through the brochure. But it just gives you peace of mind and assurance that it just works. You just switch it on and it just works. Point number 9, it eliminates viruses. Today everybody is so paranoid about catching the flu, all kinds of viruses in the environment. I mean, you may work in an office, you're interacting with people, or you may be running a daycare, where people are moving in and out. Having an Atmosphere Mini gives you the peace of mind that your air is constantly being purified and it has the capacity to trap bacteria, viruses, fungal spores and protects you. Okay? Point number 10. What more can I say? It's the number 1 selling air purifier in the world. It's not my word, it's not Amway's word. Okay? It is based on verified market study of 2019 global sales by Euromonitor. So Atmosphere is the number 1 selling air purifier in the world. So now let's get thinking. How can we promote this product? Okay? You want to expand your business. So number 1, your target market. Where can we use this product? Okay? Meeting rooms. Okay? If you work in an office, even though you're working from home or some of you are working from the office, you are going to be that meeting room. Okay? Classrooms. Okay? Office rooms. Okay? Doctors who are running clinics, now even doctors have to protect themselves. And their treatment room, they can have the Atmosphere Mini there. And a lot of people live in apartments. If you live in a one-room apartment, this is fantastic. Studio apartment is fantastic for you. Fantastic for bedrooms. Children room, smaller bedrooms. Okay, of course, master bedroom you can have the Atmosphere Sky, but it still is functional in your bedroom. Okay, so any closed space that somebody is going to be there, you can protect them with Atmosphere Sky. And also, you can also think back about the people at risk. People with babies, pregnant women, people with chronic cough, chronic lung disease, okay? People of asthma, people who do exercise, people who are into yoga, people who are into gym. I tell people who go to the gym, I say, don't be the air purifier there. I say, you're working out. And some people, I have people who like to run outdoors. I tell them, you are becoming an air purifier for the city. Because when they're running out in the open, they are breathing in, gulping in the air. They are actually purifying the air. If you are doing exercise, I would recommend you do indoors and have an air purifier in your exercise room. Okay. Also target people who have allergies and eczema, because these people will be helped if they have an air purifier, because this reduces the load of allergens coming into their body through the lung. So the key selling message, okay, that I can advise you is, for current Atmosphere Air customers, Mini is a second unit for smaller rooms, because some of you have customers already, they already have an Atmosphere Sky in the living room or their master bedroom. Okay, so this could be an addition. Is it like most families today, they got 2 cars, 3 cars, they got this big minivan to carry the entire family, or they have an SUV, and also they have a smaller car, correct? Even you see big car manufacturers, they have cars at different range. They have the small sedan, they have the mid-size and the large cars. So it is normal. I think it is fantastic that now Atmosphere, we have 2. Okay, we have the Sky and then we have the Mini. Okay, and for new customers who can't make the decision, can't make the commitment to commit to the big Atmosphere Sky, which is priced higher. Of course, Atmosphere Sky is much more powerful. The Mini is the entry level. Correct? A lot of people do that. When they even buy cars, they always start with the entry car. And as they progress in life, they'll buy the bigger and bigger car. And that's normal, okay? So for new customers, Mini is an affordable option for those who have smaller rooms to clean. So maybe it's something to talk to, something to help you when you talk to your customers or clients. This is a question you need to ask them. Okay, I always ask this hypothetical question. So I tell them, if you have a baby, okay, you have a baby, and you put the baby in a room, okay? And let's say you put the baby in the room, and we switch on the air quality monitor, and we measure the pollution in the air quality. Let's say the reading is 500, okay? And we leave the baby in the closed room, and after 45 minutes when we come back into the room, Do you think the air in the room is cleaner? Yes, the air quality monitor will indicate the air is cleaner. How did the air become cleaner? When there was no air purifier in the room. It was the lungs of the baby. So a lot of us do not understand, when you are in your bedroom, in your office, in your workplace, or your children, they are behaving like an air purifier. And like I told you in the beginning, if you have children, your children will tell you, my lungs are not an air filter. And your lungs have a limited capacity and a limited lifespan. You can change the filter of an air purifier, but you cannot change your lung. So I tell people, invest in an Atmosphere Mini or an Atmosphere Sky for your baby room, your family room, your TV room, your study, your yoga room, or exercise room. And I tell people, it's as good as having Air New Zealand in your bedroom. Can you imagine? Every night when you go to bed, when you sleep, you are not breathing the air of your city, but you are breathing the air in New Zealand without buying an air ticket. So my message to you is, indoor air purifiers are a necessity today. Indoor air purifiers are a necessity today, just as clean water or having an aircon in your house is a necessity. A washing machine is a necessity. But today you have to understand, air purifiers are a necessity. So change your health by changing the air that you breathe. Have an Atmosphere Sky or an Atmosphere Mini and your health will change. Thank you for having me, and I'll pass back to Cody for the next part of the show. Here's Cody.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Ignatius, for the great insight. Now, I've just also read a fascinating report about Amway being a global leader in air treatment for over 35 years of time. With Atmosphere Mini, Atmosphere Sky, and Atmosphere Drive, Amway is the world's #1 selling brand of premium home air treatment system. The air treatment technology is best in class, with unmatched efficacy, removing even the smallest and the most dangerous particles, including wide range of viruses and bacteria. Amway Atmosphere Mini is a product that we all shouldn't miss. It will open for order from July 2021 onwards. And the retail price of Atmosphere Mini is 3,612 ringgit and 50 cent in Malaysia and 1,375 Sing dollar in Singapore. And for now, if you buy as Amway Privileges customer APC, you will also enjoy the same price as ABO. For your better saving, you can now upgrade your air purifier system and save up to 450 ringgit in Malaysia and 250 Sing dollar in Singapore with our trade-in promotion. You can visit our website amway.my and amway.sg and check out the e-newsgram for more details. Hurry! Get your all-new Atmosphere Mini now before the end of these great promotions. Alright, I think it's time we call it a day. It is so great that Atmosphere Mini comes with an app, which can do more than just a remote control. Let me see what can the app do. Wow! Now I can check outdoor air quality anytime. Finally, I have found my favorite air purifier. What about you? Get your unit now of Atmosphere Mini in this July, and I can assure you it's the best choice in your life. Well, thank you so much for watching, everyone. Have a good air with Atmosphere Mini. Lights out.